Hello, and welcome to the Transform Wellness Clinic. I am Dr. Bradford Perkins, and today we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. It's very common for New Year's resolutions to fail. 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February, and that's because of several different reasons. Some people make overly ambitious goals, set the bar way too high, like I'm going to run a marathon by February when I haven't ran at all in the past year. There can be lack of planning. There's no clear focus on how to achieve the goals. Low motivation is, I kind of want to make changes, but really the motivation factor is just not there. People also give up pretty easily. So you make one mistake, one slip up, and that's it. You're falling off the wagon and the resolution is gone. And sometimes the goals are just too vague. So when it comes to habits, consistency is key. It takes at least 3 weeks to form a habit. So, just trying to be consistent on a day-to-day basis. There are some slip-ups, and just try to be as consistent as possible over that 3 weeks minimum of time. You want to start small to avoid being overwhelmed. So if you haven't done any physical activity, just say, okay, I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day. Or it could be even something even more basic is I'm going to put on my workout shoes for the next week, just to start making a achievable habit. And you want to celebrate the small wins. So if you are able to go through over a week, then give yourself a little reward, not a food-based reward, another type of reward. What we talk about as far as forming habits is called SMART goals. That stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So you do want to be very specific. You want to define your goal clearly. I want to walk 10 minutes at lunch every day. Measurable, something where you can write it down. You have a tracker, or if it's a dietary goal, MyFitnessPal. There's so many different wearables these days between Apple Watches, Oura Rings, Whoop bands, things like that. You want it to be achievable. This is something realistic in your lifestyle. So if lifting 300 pounds is not achievable, that shouldn't be a goal. Make it something that you'll be able to achieve. And you want to make sure it's relevant to your lifestyle. Is it practical for you to be able to do it? Is there a time constraint? We want to work on making sure it's practical and fits your lifestyle. In time bound, set a deadline. Is it a week? Is it 3 weeks? Is it a month? Make sure all that is written down. Small, consistent actions lead to big results. So you want to just make those little changes one at a time. So focusing on daily or weekly habits that support your goal. And you want to break big goals into smaller actionable steps. So if your big goal is, I want to run a 5K in March, you want to break it down to smaller goals. It's like, okay, so I'm going to start walking 5 minutes a day. Then I'm going to start jogging 2 minutes and then walking 3 minutes. Building up your endurance or building up whatever you're trying to change. If it's sleep related, start saying, okay, I'm going to stop eating 2 hours before bedtime. Something very achievable in that spot. Studies show writing goals down increases commitment. So putting it in writing is important. You can create a resolution journal or vision board so that you're able to see it in writing. Maybe put it on a mirror in your bathroom so you can stay motivated. And you want to be specific and positive in your wording. Positive thinking plays a big role in how achievable habit changing goes. Remember, you're not alone. You can share your goals with supportive friends or family. If you need help, consider a coach or mentor or a accountability partner. Here at Transform Wellness, messaging me as the doctor to help you keep motivated. You can also join a community or a group with similar goals. There's going to be several of those online. Now, you do want to anticipate challenges. We all hit challenges in our lives. You want to identify potential roadblocks in advance. Let's say you see the weather report and you want to walk outside 10 minutes a day, and you see it's going to rain for 2 weeks in a row. Then you need to set it like, how can I achieve this walking? Do I walk at home? Do I go and get some rain gear and walk in the rain? Or do I go down to the mall and just walk around the mall? Make sure you have a strategy. Go to the gym, whatever it is, in case you can't do your normal goal. And you want to, and that is how to develop strategies to overcome whatever challenges do occur. You do want to reward your progress. Again, you want to acknowledge and celebrate your milestones. Use non-food based rewards that support your goals. Maybe it's a new pair of walking shoes. Maybe it's that wearable device that you've always wanted to get. Whatever it is, make it so that you do acknowledge your positives, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to help you make changes that are going to be lifelong. And you want to reinforce these changes. You have positive reinforcement to keep motivation high. So that's where those rewards really do come in handy. And then, a lot of us can be very hard on ourselves. So you do want to be kind to yourself. It's focusing on the progress you're making, not perfection. You want to avoid negative self-talk like, I can't do it, I'm failing. Really, when you're setting a goal, make it achievable so you don't get that negative self-talk. So if it's like, I know I can't get out and walk, but I know I can put on a pair of walking shoes, then make that your goal for that week. So you can just start making those changes. Okay, now I put on my shoes every day. Now let me try to do this 3 times a week, or whatever the goal is going to be. But make it achievable so that you have those positive rewards. And consistency is key. You want to show up every day, even if it's these little small steps. Start with one goal at a time. Trying to change multiple goals at once is a setup for failure. So focusing on that one change you want to make. I usually like to pick what part of your lifestyle you want to change. Is it sleep? Is it stress management? Is it dietary? Pick one of those areas, make one goal, and see how you do. And think of it as a trial. If it doesn't go well, you reassess and readjust your goal, not just give up. So these are just experiments we're running. So if we find what's working for you, then we keep working on those types of goals. And success is cumulative. So you just keep building those successes, adding in those habit changes over 3 to 6 months, and you're a new you. And by mid-year or by the end of the year, you've made so many strides. And that's really what the focus is. This is a marathon. This isn't a sprint. You do want to schedule regular check-ins. Is that check-ins with yourself? Is that check-ins with your provider or mentor? You want to assess what's working and what needs adjustment, just like we just talked about. And you want to recommit to your goals as needed. So let's say, you got sick. Instead of falling off and not doing anything, it's like, okay, I'm feeling better. Let me get back on my goals. Make this year different. Resolutions are about creating a better you. Who do you want to be? Who is you? What is your identity? That's what we want to try to help adjust. So if you want to be if you want to lose weight, and that's your goal, then sometimes just having that mindset of, I am a healthy eater, not just say, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, but how are you going to do that? I am a healthy eater. I am a person that takes stress management seriously. And then, building it off that identity down into those goals can be also very helpful for people. You want to focus on the process, enjoy the journey. This shouldn't be an arduous task. This is something to help get you better and make your life more enjoyable in general, and give you a better feeling of self-worth maybe, or just you want to feel better physically. These are just ways to help you just feel like you're a better you. With all that said, I wish you all a successful and fulfilling new year. If you want more tips on health, subscribe to our channel for weekly health videos. And if you have any questions or experiences, please just drop them in the comments. And I hope everyone has a great new year.